What's going on, guys? It's GBP baby. Welcome back to another daily review. Hope everybody's doing well, and let's dive straight into things. Hopefully you've watched yesterday's video. If not, do go and watch that first. And we're going to dive straight into things, and you can see we delivered just as anticipated, with us reaching our high, which I was anticipating us to trade towards. And you'll see that price delivered quite interestingly, in that we did trade both sides of the fair value gap a lot more than I anticipated. However, as soon as we got back above it, price rallied like I anticipated. So yeah, quite an interesting day, but nonetheless, I'm very happy with it. Again, we're still quite aggressively pushing to the buy side. I do think now I would like to see this buy side actually get ran. Now that we've traded to it, literally just tapped into it, there's no reason we can't expect price to want to just rally above it. So it'd be nice to see if those stops can get ran above there. And then moving into Wednesday and Thursday, I want to see us start to pull back into the range. So let's go to the 4 hour. And you'll see our price is just, like I said, piping up in terms of getting up there. We've just about tapped it, but like I said, moving into the new day, I think we're probably going to rally above it, and then I'd like to start thinking about potential for reversal, and that might be on the back of PMI or some kind of high impact news event that can, reason price to want to turn around. Now, it's not the cleanest on the 4 hour, to be honest, and like I said, because we've been rallying so aggressively for the past few days now, we have to be careful and anticipate that price is going to likely slow down soon. So there's no point in me calling tops, but nonetheless, I continue to remain bullish, meaning that this bullish order block should remain bullish until we see a break in market structure. So ideally, we carry on seeing price rally, take out that high which I originally called out, and then and only then I'm going to sit and wait on my hands until we either get a break in market structure or another leg up. But I would like to see a break in market structure, because that way I can start targeting that Sunday opening price, which I spoke about in yesterday's video. So I hope that will make sense. We'll go to the 15-minute. Again, not really much here, but beautiful delivery. Again, this did throw me off trading lower, because we got back below that original 4 hour fair value gap, which I drew out. And you can see our prices failed to take out this low. So this price action like this, which is important to recognize, guys, because it shows that we're still in quite bullish terms, in terms of it's going to come back down for these lows. The fact that price failed to take out this low was indicative of price wanting to trade higher. There would have been a beautiful entry right here at 3:15, which is our setup time around 3 a.m. And you can see our price failed to take out this low, turning at the Sunday opening price. Displacement to the upside, came down, tapped into a fair value gap and bullish order block. That would have been a long. And then obviously we were holding to it, anticipate price to run out this stop. Now, like I said, we've only just shy off it, but like I said, we're just shy off it, but moving into the new day, I'd like to think that we can run it. So that's going to be everything on dollar. I hope that all makes sense. Again, if you haven't watched yesterday's video, do go check it out, just for more context. And we are going to head on to GBP USD. And you can see I did enter a position. I did manage to copy my positions over. Now, what was interesting was I forgot that I actually showed a trade from all the way from mid-October. So this is a demo account, by the way, so on here. So do take that into account. But I forgot that I wanted to show you guys this trade, but I forgot I left it open. So it was nice to add on to that. But what I want to focus on was today's and the time of day which I entered. So you can see around 4 a.m. because between 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. is when my setup tends to form, or 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Generally 3 a.m. You can see expansion to the downside, and then I got out as soon as we got into the fair value gap. We did obviously wander a bit deeper, so I could have held on, but nonetheless, very easy, simple trade right into the fair value gap, which I drew our attention to in yesterday's video. But nonetheless, let's go to the weekly, and you can see daily, and you can see we've dropped down very aggressively into this fair value gap. Again, I spoke about this yesterday. I called it. I said I want to see price trade down into here, and now we've pretty much filled it. Now, just like I said on dollar, I'm expecting us to carry on rallying, and because of how aggressive and steep this drop into the fair value gap is, I am anticipating that price will likely do the same, as in we are probably going to continue deeper. And because of that, pause. Because of that, we may want to start looking at this next fair value gap as a target. Now, this is the 50% level of a bullish order block, which I did speak. No, it's 25% level actually. Yeah, this is 25% level. So if you watch yesterday's video, you remember me talking about the 25% level, but price is allowed to go to the 50% level. So because of that, and because of how quickly we've already got to that 25% level, I'm going to mark out the 50% level as my draw. So let me just get this delineated a little bit more clearly. Excuse me. I've got a song stuck in my head. Right here. So now I want to see if price can reach down into that, because we are very weak on GBP right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if price was rolled over down into that, and then on the back of interest rates or high impact news, we get reversed on the back of that, assuming it's all lined up in the right time, etc. It'd be nice to see if dollar can rally a bit more. And like I said, then and only then will I start thinking about a potential pullback. But I don't like to call tops. There's no point in trying to call tops. We remain bearish until proven otherwise. We remain bullish until proven otherwise. And that's how we trade, guys, and stay on the right side, because there's no clear break in market structure. Nothing's crazy enough for us to anticipate that we are going to start, aggressively pulling back inside of our range yet. So let's go to the 1 hour. Not really much. Again, beautiful delivery. I'm not really too concerned. I do think we're probably going to have quite a shallow Asian range, and then price will just roll over right into London session and keep digging deeper. I don't think we're going to get much rallying or retracement at all. So that should open its hands to some nice London setups. So yeah. And then we are going to finish up on Euro USD. The same thing happened here. I didn't realize I was in a position all the way from 16th of October. But again, remember, this is demo, so nothing too impressive. But let's go to the daily. Again, beautiful expansion right down into this inversion fair value gap. Now we are below the 50% level of this, which is kind of concerning because this is a bullish order block. So what we anticipate is that basically price shouldn't be able to violate that. So that now that it's violated it, I think what we need to do is go to the 4 hour and look for a discount PD array. And it's very well that price is going to start trying to get down into this breaker, as in this up close candle. I've got my eye set on right here. So I'm looking to see if price can tap down into that. So I'm going to just get rid of all this orange just because it throws me off during the trading day. I'm going to delineate this. We'll make it nice blue. I'm going to get rid of this as well. And now I'm going to use this as a target as to where I want to see price continue to expand down towards, and where I'd anticipate us to turn around if we are going to be turning around. Again, I'm not calling bottoms, I'm not calling tops, but I wouldn't be surprised if we are going to turn around, if it is around, if price dips below here and then wants to pull out of it. Again, assuming that, dollar behaves itself in rallying above that high and then pulling back. But I don't want to speak too soon. But the fact that we have just gone shy of it is very interesting to me. It's very possible that we might not even rally above it, because there's been times where, although I've wanted to see this high get taken, what will happen is dollar will leave it there, and then maybe in 2, 3, 4 weeks, then it will come and run it. So it's intentionally failed to take out this high. Very shy of it, so that they can build and stop. So this is engineered just the same way that this low failed to take out this low. It's very possible that dollar's doing the exact same thing here. And looking at price action now here on the 15-minute, that's quite viable. So we do need to take that into account. But again, I don't want to speak too soon. And if we look at GBP, this is where these are the moments where I want to start thinking about potential displacement, as in higher highs, lower lows, etc. So something to take into account. So Euro, again, it'd be nice if it can wander on lower, but if that's not the case, then I'd expect large expansion to the upside. If we see Tuesday's high get ran, which is all the way over here actually, which is quite high up. That's not a good example, but let's look at the trading range. But basically, there's going to be a level in which if we run above it, then I'd be able to remain bullish comfortably for the rest of the week. I'm going to use the 50% level in this case. We've got some nice relative equal highs up here as well. So if we find that price is comfortably running up to these highs and chopping through, buy side liquidity nicely, then there's no reason for me not to, get on the other side of the market and start trading the ride back into the range. But we'll talk more on this tomorrow. This has been quite a complicated video, guys, so apologies, but I wouldn't be surprised if they leave price shy of this. I do want to see it get ran, but looking at price right now on the 15-minute and seeing this live, deep in it and thinking about it, it's very much possible. And I've seen it in price action so many times where they just leave it and they'll leave it there for ages. And just seeing how we've just entered the Asian range, as in 8 o'clock candle right here, the 7 o'clock candle, how aggressively we traded lower, the way it's treating this breaker, we might be in for a more aggressive fall to the downside than I anticipate, but we can only wait and see. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Definitely not as clear as yesterday. Nonetheless, beautiful delivery. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a comment, smash subscribe, join the mailing list, join me over on Discord, turn on post notifications, and all the links to the description, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.